Well, it's the Weege Show from Felton County Stadium. No, Braves Stadium. No, Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. Press day underway. This will be the halfway mark of Monster Energy Supercross for 2020. We'll get into it. All, of course, brought to you by Racetech, and there are wonderful, not silver, not bronze, but gold valves to help your suspension be plusher, have better bottoming resistance, more traction, and they're made and engineered in the USA. Go to racetech.com/contest/Weege Show to win a set. Now, inside this beautiful dome, looks like a great track. It's going to be a great weekend for Supercross, but it's perhaps a more serious round than we realized, as my colleague Jason Thomas pointed out in his breakdown column at RacerXOnline.com earlier this week. Eli Tomac has entered the danger zone for everyone else. He's won 2 races in a row. He's won half of the races this year. He has the points lead. And by the way, it's the first time in Tomac's career that he came into a race with sole possession of the points lead and went on to win the race. Now that's pretty big stats, but we've seen Tomac ride well in Supercross before and not be champion. The reason it's so critical is, as JT pointed out, usually by the time a rider has the momentum, the wins, and the points lead by Daytona, he goes on to be champion. I know the phrase is the series begins at Daytona. Most of the time by Daytona, it's over. So that leaves this round, the one before Daytona, as the critical juncture. Can Ken Roczen get back in the game? Can he beat Tomac here, pull those points back in, and even leave possibly with the red plate? Justin Barcia right here. He's not out of it as far as the math is concerned. Barcia was launching that earlier. I wish you did it this time. That would have been spectacular. Barcia's not out of it as far as the math is concerned, but they've all got to get something going before Tomac is in that favorable position of going into Daytona with a win streak, a points lead, momentum, confidence, all that. There's one other rider, of course, mathematically still in it. That's Cooper Webb, but it looked like Webb is going to be out of it because he got flipped onto the concrete last week in Dallas, and you have to imagine that Webb himself and everyone watching thought his championship was over when they saw him in midair and then landing on his back. Somehow he's okay enough to ride. He was actually here earlier today. I'll show you a clip. He rode the first practice session, rest day session today. He did not come back for this one, but he feels, surprisingly, pretty good. I also talked to Martin Davalos, who got banged up really bad last week as well. So here's Marty, and here's Webb on last week. Marty.
Oh, God.
Marty. Speed's been good. I know you've heard this before. Are you okay, first of all? Last week was a lot.
Last week was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot, and let me tell you, for this 33-year-old body, it's a lot more than everybody thinks. Yeah, I got excited. The speed was good, and I just, the first main event I was riding in 4th, pulling away from them guys, and I just got overexcited, made a stupid mistake. I mean, you would think that with all my years of experience, I would take it easy, but, second main event, same thing, just got excited, just kept crashing. So luckily I'm okay. I'm still alive.
How are you keeping your chin up through this run? It's been, lots of downs and a few ups here and there. So how are you keeping your chin up?
It's a learning experience for me, and this is what I've wanted to do my whole life, to do in the 450. So I'm just enjoying the opportunity, to be honest with you. Obviously, I won good results, but at the end of the day, I wanted to do this for myself. So just to be able to come every single weekend and line up with these great guys, it's a blessing in the sky. And then, I'm just taking it all in and doing as much as I can, as good as I can. So I get it. You wanted a shot at it, and even if it ends up not as good as you wanted it, at least you got your shot. Yeah, I've been wanting this for the past 4 years, And unfortunately, I'm 33 now, so it's come a little late. I would like to develop on the 450 because it takes a few years. I mean, there's been only a few guys that has just shined right away. Exactly. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be living this experience, and I've always wanted to do it. We've got a long way to go. We've got half a season left. It's plenty of time. I'm going to interrupt. Stop. Shut up. Shut up. You're going to hit it. Shut up. Stop.
Hey, these are real journalists.
No, DMXS. Nah, dude.
You hear that?
No one even knows what they look like. They hide. Yeah, okay.
The best.
I didn't know you hit your...
Tonight, don't you?
What's that? Yeah, that'll be tomorrow night. I'm actually sharing. We're sharing a room, and
you gotta watch what you say. You need a room for tonight.
And I requested one bed. They're like, "Would you like two?" And I'm like, "No,
one bed.
No, we want one bed."
A roll of plastic.
Block the DMXS interview.
He must have hit his head last week. I didn't even know that because he said you're a real journalist. Like he must be hurting. Are you okay? How are you here?
All good, man.
No, stop. All good.
What?
Come on. You have to be hurt.
Like,
Does he look hurt?
he looks fine. Like, I don't understand what's going on. You're not sitting on a donut.
Get the hell out of here.
You're not, there's no ice packs.
We're talking here. We got real shit happening.
Could you ride this week at all? Have you tried it?
Nah, today's first time riding.
But you're pretty sure it'll be okay.
Yeah. Best case scenario, feeling pretty good.
That's a game face right there.
That is unreal. Like Sunday, how did you feel?
Oh, not so good.
Okay, but it's progressed.
Yeah, I progressed quite a bit. The last few days, a lot. So definitely wasn't an easy week. A lot of rehab, a lot of ice, a lot of training, but you gotta do what you can to get better.
When you were leaving the stadium, did you think this was going to be the outcome, or did you think like, man,
No.
I'm in big trouble here?
Yeah, I think honestly, like the way I was laying, they had me laid on like a backboard that was super stiff, and it was right on the hematoma. So I think I was thinking a little worse than what it was. But when I actually got moved into a normal bed, it didn't feel as bad. So I was stoked on the outcome. I mean, knock on wood, but I've never done anything to that area, so I don't know how it was supposed to feel. So for just a hematoma and bone bruising, that's best case by far. It was a brutal crash for sure.
You can come by hang with us tonight if you want. If you want a little extra PT, a little extra therapy.
About before you interrupt.
Oh, you were volunteering it.
We're gonna stick him in the back door.
Yeah. That'll loosen you up a little bit.
We got a massage table at the club.
Oh, really? Yeah, exactly. It's table service, but it's massage table service.
So that's the scenario that we are dealing with. Webb, definitely not 100%. Desperate situation. He's got to try to make up ground on Tomac anyway. Roczen, well, the mission is pretty obvious. He's going to have to beat Tomac a bit, try to make this thing maybe flip the other direction by Daytona. And I know anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Tomac have his problems in the points lead before, but he's been absolutely steady this year. And might I add that he was actually asked about it last week in the press conference, and Eli admitted maybe he was nervous with the red plate in previous years, and that led to goofy crashes. This year, he feels relaxed, he feels good. I don't think these guys can count on Tomac throwing it away this year. They're going to have to try to take it from him. And it's going to probably start right here in Atlanta if anyone's going to go on a run. Could it be Barcia? Could it be an ailing Webb? Or could it be Roczen? It's going to be really interesting on Saturday night.